Good evening. Ed Carfrey, ladies and gentlemen, whose mum isn't at home, she's actually at my house waiting for me. She is, Ed. Seriously. How are we all doing? We alright? Yeah? Back in Lincoln again. I've come all the way over from Rotherham. Everyone familiar with Rotherham? Give us a cheer if you've been to Rotherham. Woo! Give us a cheer if you haven't been to Rotherham. Hey! Give us a cheer if you've been to Rotherham and you never want to go back. Hey! Yeah, it's Rotherham, it's like any other town really, but it's got 3 famous landmarks, so if you do get a chance to visit Rotherham, although you might not want to, look out for these landmarks. Number 1, Rotherham bus station. It's recently been modernised, so now all the smackheads can shoot up in luxury. So obviously there, so everyone can catch a bus, but half of the people that use that bus station end up catching something completely different. I think we can all guess what that is. Number 2, Clifton Park, which I suppose you could call it Rotherham's National Park. You don't have to... have you been, madam? No, you don't want to. You don't have to visit Clifton Park. Just imagine the shittest Alton Towers ever. Seriously, it's like the council drew up some plans. They asked for a budget of £1 million, got given £100 and a few planks of wood, and all they could come up with was some wank climbing frames and a paddling pool full of piss. And number 3, finally, Rotherham, the underground subway near Rotherham Central Library. It's famous because it's Rotherham's finest fingering hotspot. Now obviously looking amongst you all look very intelligent and cultured. I think you all know what fingering is. For those who don't know what fingering is a sexual form of Angry Birds or Monopoly. It's just a fun game to play on those cold and dark nights. I like to say, if you like fingering, put your hands up. It's not a request, by the way. Right, so let me tell you a bit about myself. First of all, I know what you think when you look at me. I bet he likes couscous. My name's Pete, I'm 33, I still live with my parents. I'm genuinely blind in my left eye, and every now and then you'll see that eye trying to flirt with the other eye. But I'm keeping an eye on the situation. I was born with a terrible disease. Her name's Vanessa and she's my sister. Now I do love my sister, but my sister's like a bottle of poppers. She makes you laugh for about 30 seconds and gives you a massive fucking headache for an hour afterwards. Yeah. When I was 13 I found a lump on my testicle. Sorry, I know I'm thrusting that in your face. When I was 13 I did find a lump on my testicle. Ah. But I discovered it was another testicle. Well, that's puberty for you. Growing up, kids were really cruel to me. They used to give me a lot of nicknames. Obviously, being blind in my left eye, I got called One-Eyed Pete, which I can cope with that. But kids at my junior school wanted to develop on that idea. So they got together and they thought, what's got one eye? And we know, the end of a penis. So I spent a few years after that getting called Jap's Eye Pete. I used to say, you taking a piss? They used to say, no, you are, because you're at the end of a penis. And then as a teenager I got called Panda. It was basically because I was dark around the eyes and I was really pale white. Now I do realise because of all the sunbeds I use I just look like Dale Winton's gay prodigy. I'm not widening my aisles for him, ladies and gentlemen. It's a supermarket sweet joke there. Yes, I also like sex. Give us a cheer if you like sex. Woo! Now come on, we've just been talking about fingering and you all laughed. Give us a cheer if you like sex. Thank you. Yeah, I like sex, but unfortunately for me, sex nowadays has become a lot like the England football team. I don't score often, I play well for the first 10 minutes, and I get booed when I'm fucking finished. It's true. Although none of you'll get to find out tonight, don't worry. No, sex for me has become so rare that the closest I get to it is watching the 2 wood pigeons fornicating in my garden fence in the morning. And I've even got a smile on my face. I have. It's just that at this point I'd like to clarify, I would never shag an animal. No, not unless it came on to me anyway. Yes, no prize for guessing I'm single. I think that deserves a big R. Yeah, I am single. I have actually genuinely been looking for a girlfriend. I was thinking of trying speed dating. But I still don't know at these events whether you take your own speed or whether they provide it for you. No. Been using a lot, we've been talking about online dating. I've been using Plenty of Fish a lot lately. Anyone here use Plenty of Fish? And be honest, Yes? Are you like me? Do you attract weirdos though? Yeah? Yeah, I attract a lot of weirdos. True story, about a month ago, I got a message from a 48-year-old woman. Now the age gap's not a problem. I've been known to kiss 58-year-old women before, so it's seriously not a problem. You're safe there, by the way. I'm not saying you are 58, but you're safe. No, but I was on Plenty of Fish, got a message about a month ago from a 48-year-old woman, and it simply read, "My vagina is aching for you." And what do you do with that? I don't mean what do you do with a vagina, but what do you do with that message? So I simply replied, "Well, give it a rest then." I don't know what the etiquette is. No, I'm also unlucky. I've had 2 medical procedures done recently. I had my appendix out. Has anyone had their appendix out? Just me? Oh, 1! Yeah, it weren't so much the surgery, but it was the fact that when I woke up, sorry, did someone else have a little whimpering voice said, "I have." "Oh, hiya. You alright?" You won't have had a catheter fitted in your penis, so this doesn't apply to you. I don't know, you might have a penis, I don't know. No, but it wasn't the surgery, it was the fact that when I woke up, I realised I had a catheter fitted, which, for those of you who don't know, it's a tube that's inserted down your penis, and it's to basically go to the toilet for you when you're on the ward. But, when you've been filled that full of drugs, and you're only just coming round, your mind plays tricks on you. When I first felt down there, I thought I'd been fitted with an extension during surgery. Gutted when I realised I hadn't. And then when I was back on ward and the nurse was changing me bag of piss, she weren't watching what she was doing, she got it all over her hands. Gave me some new material, obviously gave her some as well. I also had a colonoscopy done. Give us a cheer if you've had a colonoscopy done. Oh, we've got one down here! Yeah, I've had a colonoscopy done as well recently. Now, again, for those who don't know what a colonoscopy is, it's where you lay on a hospital bed, naked from the waist down. I think you can vouch for me here. And three nurses stand at the end of the bed, and one of them rams a bendy pole with a camera on the end up your arse, and then watches it on TV. And I guess for them, it's just like watching a shit porno. No, but having a colonoscopy done, I can only imagine it's like losing your virginity to a bloke with the longest cock in the world. It really hurts, doesn't it? It hurts. They offered me gas and air, which ironically were the only thing I were offering them. I'll leave you to think about that one for me. No, but the strangest thing about it were, and I still don't know to this day why, but at the end of it all, I thanked them, like it was some kind of treat. I've realised I'm never going to get a girlfriend unless I widen the age range to what I'm searching for, to between 75 and 90, because at least we'll have something to talk about. I was also talking about living with my parents, and that's not such a bad thing, but there are all those occasions where you really do need a place of your own. For example, and some gents here, you might be able to back me up, I went through a phase when I was about 21, where every time I'd been for a drink, I'd get up in the middle of the night in my sleep and relieve myself. Yes, I did it in my wardrobe, I even did it in my best mate's child's toy box. Can you imagine that? No, good. Yes, but there was one occasion in particular, and this is what I mean about needing a place of your own. My dad was in the kitchen, early hours in the morning. He heard a noise in the living room. He entered the living room and saw me, his son, with my boxer shorts round my ankles, giving it one of them up the wall. When I say giving one of them, that was a bit of an exaggeration, it weren't that big. Giving it one of them up the wall. Before casually pulling my boxer shorts up, sauntering back off to bed. But I was as embarrassed as anyone the next morning when they recited the story back to me. But the best thing about it was when I looked at the living room wall and saw how I had reached. Just reminded me all them practice sessions in the underground subway in Rotherham had been worth it. No, because we really had nothing to do as teenagers other than seeing how high we could piss and learning how to play the vagina. Of course, teenagers have got a lot more these days. You teenagers, you might still learn how to play the vagina. I don't know if that's how you play the vagina, by the way. You probably still learn how to play the vagina, but you've got a lot more. For example, social media. Gives a cheer for you, social media. We talked about it a bit, yeah. Especially Facebook, I use a lot of it. But I think they ought to make an amendment to Facebook Messenger. Is everyone familiar with the scene function? Yeah? So it goes 7 o'clock PM, I send my friend a message, 7:05 PM, message seen, so you know that they've read it. Well, I think Facebook needs to add another function called the I know you've read my message, so why don't you reply, you ignorant fuckface function. He's right though, isn't it? You don't go to a pub with your mate, sit down and have a chat, 7 o'clock PM, I asked my friend a question. 7:05 PM. I know he heard me question because he was looking at me when I asked it. 7:10 PM. He never replied, so I told him we were unfriended and he left the fucking pub. 7:15 PM. All my other friends liked it. I think it'll work. I really do. And other things that teenagers got nowadays, they've got a lot more TV, especially reality TV. I watch a lot of that as well. Yes, I do try and be down with the young ones. I watch a lot of reality TV, but I think they ought to start mixing it up a bit. For example, let's start putting shows together, like Big Brother with My Big Fat Gypsy Wedding. I imagine it'd go a lot like this. Dear 3,521 in the Big Brother caravan. All of the housemates have been evicted by the council. They've got 30 minutes to find somewhere else illegal to live. Alright, well that's nearly it from me, but before I leave you, I'd just like to say we're all, obviously it's brilliant, we're all here for charity, and it's a brilliant cause, so first of all give yourselves a big round of applause for that. Woo! Yeah, and I give a lot to charity, but with celebrities nowadays, charity, it's more about promoting themselves, especially advertising. Does everyone remember this one? Every time I click my fingers, another child in Africa dies. Well, stop fucking clicking them then! And if you've got powers like that, use them on politicians! Here go, Cameron gone, Clegg gone, that other one gone! Now I'm off to do a Michael Hutchinson and myself while I'm having a wank. You've been a brilliant audience, enjoy the rest of your night. I'm Pete Ffoulkes, good night! Pete Ffoulkes, ladies and gentlemen, good night!